All around me are familiar faces, worn out places, worn out faces, bright and early for their daily races, going nowhere.
So, my name is Alex McDougald. I'm 50 years old. I'm a divorced father of 3 children, 8 ranging in age from 21, and then I have an 18-year-old and a 16-year-old. And I've been HIV positive for 15 years. I contracted HIV in July of 2000. And so I guess what I would say is that growing up and knowing that I was gay was like probably the scariest thing I could have ever thought of. And I denied it for a long time. And I ended up getting married to a woman that I had gone to high school with, and we had dated in high school. And she and I got married and had children, and I ended up coming out to her as a result of contracting HIV. And she and I have remained close, raising our children together. And I guess one of the things, you don't hear a lot of positive things about being HIV positive, but one of the positive things about it is that it made my fear of being gay and what people would think about me being gay little, like real small, where I thought that was probably the most monumental thing I would ever face. Once I found out that I was HIV positive, being gay became like, it didn't even matter, because I had this other thing that was so huge, and it was scary. And so that's talking a little bit about the gift of it. And having said that, once I found out and told my wife, we went to some therapy. We did therapy during the time that we were going through our divorce. We've managed to raise our children in a very healthy a way as we know how, along with the help of therapists and supportive friends. The part that comes along with that is that as each relationship grows and you want people to know more about you, eventually you're going to have to tell them that part of you, and that's where it becomes the scariest. And I think it's around the shame, because being gay, the gay community is going to accept you where a lot of the straight community will, but a lot of them won't. But when you're positive, you have that aspect on both sides. You have some in the straight community that will accept you and some that won't. But you also have some of the gay community that will accept you and some that won't. And that's, I believe that's a lot around the fear that goes along with somebody who's HIV positive, and the ignorance of the disease, and wondering, am I going to catch it, or do I shake this person's hand, or there's a lot of things like that. And I think the more people are educated on the subject, the less fear they have, and the more able they are to be supportive of somebody who is HIV positive. And for the HIV positive person, speaking for myself, it's been a process of overcoming the shame and overcoming the stigma that goes along with being HIV positive. So where I am today is that a lot of times, anytime I get sick or anytime I have something wrong with me, I'll automatically think it's because of the disease. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times it's just because I'm getting older. And I'm 50 years old, and so there's things that happen as you get older, and my doctor, a lot of times I'll be scared that it has something to do with the disease, and oh gosh, this is going to be the end. And he's like, No, you don't have anything to worry about. You're just getting older. So, but the effect it has on you, the effect it's had on me is that I'm very cautious about the people that I let in to my world in that area. And it's taken me a lot of personal growth work to be able to get to the point where I could sit down with you and do this. I mean, 15 years ago when I found out about it, the last thing I ever thought I would be doing is sitting on a park bench talking to somebody that was writing a paper. So I'm grateful about that. And if that can help any person overcome the stigma and the fear and especially the shame that goes along with an HIV positive diagnosis, that would be wonderful.
Look right through me, and I find it kind of funny, I find it kind of sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you, I find it hard to take. The people run in circles, it's a very, very mad